And just before I forget as well, I wanted to mention what I'm wearing on my face today. I'm not very good with making makeup tutorials and videos like those as such, so I thought I'll just share with you instead what I used on my face on a daily basis. And I have mixed two different foundations as my base today, and I put it on with a beauty blender. So I basically pumped I used one pump of the Etude House Magic BB Cream, which I have done a review on just maybe 5 videos ago. And I'm also using the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in the color Rose Beige, which is one of my holy grail foundations, but I've realized of late as well that it's much more pink undertone, too much pink undertone for my skin, and I have been mixing it up with other like yellow or grayish toned foundations or bases just to neutralize the pink a little bit more. And then I set my base on with the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder, which is an excellent oil mattifying powder that I absolutely love. And then I used a bit of bronzer today just because I had time. I used a Bourjois bronzer in dark, and I've just got it like in the outer perimeters of my face. And the Twinkle Pink blush, which I mentioned in the first part of this video. And on my eyes, I used the Armani Brow Pencil in number 2 on my eyebrows. I've got Maybelline Falsies Mascara on my eyelashes, and I'm actually wearing eyeshadow today, so I'll take off my glasses so that you can see. And I'm using Brulee all over the lid and cork just in the outer corners of my eyes, just to deepen the crease a bit, because I do not have a crease. And I'm also using under eye concealer, which is not very, I don't think it works that well, but yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's by Maybelline, and it's the Lumi Touch Concealer, Maybelline Lumi Touch Concealer, I believe. And I'm also using like normal concealer for my blemishes, and that's the Laura Mercier Undercover Pot Concealer, which I do have a review as well on. And that's about it. Oh, and my lips, I just have a little bit of L'Oreal Hip Jelly Balm in Succulent, I believe, the pink one. Yep, just some lip balm, no lip color today. So on to the products that I wanted to mention. First up is it's a skincare item, and it's the Dr. Hauschka Normalizing Day Oil. I'm not ready to give an in-depth review on this particular product, just because I actually broke this out before I actually finished up my other moisturizer. So I'm just using this some days when it gets really cold. My actual intention was to use this particular Normalizing Day Oil as a daily moisturizer during the winter, just because my skin is quite it's combination skin, and it does have some dry patches in the winter time, and my skin is noticeably drier during the winter time as well. So I thought this would be a good oil to use as well, because it's formulated specially for oily skin types, and it's a balancing oil, so it's going to help balance the oil or sebum production of my skin. And the very first time I actually used this oil, I think I used a tad too much. I think I used like a pump and a half or 2 pumps maybe of this oil, which was way too much, and I ended up looking like an oil slick at the end of the day. And that's totally understandable, because I think I use way too much. It doesn't really say in the instruction. There is like a little instruction booklet that actually comes with the oil, which is how I know how the product works. And it had a very good detailed description of how this particular day oil is supposed to balance out this oil production of your skin. However, it didn't really specify how much of this product that I should use daily. So probably I'm thinking now I'll probably use like a pump, or maybe even try 3/4 of a pump each time, and just spread that liberally all over my face. I think the day that I broke it out, it was particularly cold it was a particularly cold day or morning in Melbourne, and I thought, okay, I'm ready for this oil. But obviously I wasn't, and since then I've tried it I think once more, and I used like just one pump. I definitely used a little bit less, and it was still a bit oily. So probably I'm gonna wait for the climate, like the weather, to officially change and for it to officially become winter, because it is still mid-autumn or early autumn at the moment in Melbourne, and maybe it's the weather, or maybe my skin's not, adjusted to it or whatnot. But yeah, I definitely don't think after 1 or 2 tries I'm ready to give this a review yet. But I have given this to my boyfriend because he's got much drier skin than I do. I think his is probably dry and sensitive as well. Dry sensitive skin, so he finds this product to work really well for his skin. It keeps it very hydrated, and yeah, in the meantime he's using this oil, and I'll probably give this another go when it's considerably colder and the weather is much more, colder basically. And other than that, the other item that I wanted to talk about was the Maybelline Dream Smooth Mousse. And I got a bit confused because I thought I've actually done a review on this product, but I haven't. This is the cream foundation. I have done a review recently of the Maybelline Dream Matte Powder, but not of this Dream Smooth Mousse foundation. So what this is actually a cream foundation, and it just looks like that in the tub or the pot. And this really reminds me of the Dream Smooth Mousse concealer, and this was actually given to me by my sister because this was a shade too dark for her. She's much fairer than me, so she actually got the wrong shade, or something like that. So she ended up giving this to me because it just didn't work for her skin. And yeah, I actually quite like this, despite the fact that I had my doubts about it in the beginning, because I have combination oily skin, and cream foundations don't normally work well on oily skin types. So I was thinking, oh, this is gonna make me look really cakey, and my oil is gonna break through it in like a couple of hours. This is not really the best type, or the most mattifying foundation for my skin type, or the most suitable foundation for my skin type. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I actually do use the sponge, which is why it's actually missing, because I'm actually trying to wash it, but it's not, it doesn't seem to, the foundation in the sponge that they give, it doesn't seem to wash out of the sponge. But basically there's a white kind of sponge, like a regular makeup sponge, that I use to apply the foundation with. And the thing I really like about this foundation is its texture. The very first few times that I used it, I found that it was not very long wearing at all, but I've learned from experience, and basically if you set this with a really good powder, this foundation does stay on for quite a bit, for at least 7 or 8 hours at least. So yeah, I think it's quite a good foundation for what I thought it would be. I guess I didn't have really high hopes for it. I wouldn't say that this is like one of my favorite foundations. I don't even think I will be repurchasing this foundation when I do finish it up. But I'd say that it's pretty decent foundation if you were thinking of giving it a go. Probably if you're looking for more longer wearing foundations, probably not look. I wouldn't go for this one, because I wouldn't wear this for a full day of work, because I leave the house at 7:30 and I come back home around 7. So that's 12 full hours that I'm away from the house, and I don't think this will last that long even. So stay away from this if you're looking for a long wear foundation. And that about concludes my review or rants about the products that I've been using recently. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you later. Bye!